questions for God, questions for each other. Here it is, God is answering our areas in our lives in which the Father's joy has been taken. You think you've been sorrowful, you think you've been hurt, you think something has been lacking in your life, but understand that the Father's joy has been taken. God has not been pleased. He is not pleased. And He empowers us to do something about it. Because God is up to something. He's going to make it all work together for good. I don't know where you are today, but it's all working together for good. So who do you know who's in captivity today? Who do you know that's bound by addiction, by drugs, alcohol, be it simplest cigarettes or something of that nature? Who do you know who's been in a state of imprisonment for a period? The Bible says, so David inquired of the Lord. David inquired of the Lord. So much stuff has happened already this year. So much stuff has happened last year. And this is what David says. God, what shall I do? It hasn't happened yet. What shall I do? I've been thinking about this and I've been looking for that. God, what shall I do? Looking for answers from man and from people and individuals. But David inquires of the Lord. He didn't ask, is it man to the left or to the right? He says, Lord, I'm asking you, shall I pursue this truth? These people that have come, and this is where many believers are in their walk today. What shall I do, God? What shall I do, God? How shall I do it, God? And when shall I do it, God? And then we get a little low in our faith and we say, can I do it, God? And then we'll go on to say, where's it going to go now? It's not against flesh and blood, but against powers. Just for a minute, I just want you to grab this. The battle you've been fighting is not earthly. The wrestle that you've had has not been earthly. And this is where we miss it. I've been missing it lately. And even as a minister of the gospel, you know the word, but if we don't apply it, we miss God. If you don't really get into this thing and utilize it, you miss it. And so you have all these weapons at your disposal, but if you're not using them properly, you defeat it. What we've been dealing with has not been earthly, it's spiritual. And oftentimes you got to remind yourself who you are. Moses asked the question, who am I? God let him know, listen, I've selected you. I know you got issues, you got a stubborn problem and this and that. But I'm not concerned about that. You're a leader. And there are those who are looking to follow my lead. These leaders are not more powerful than what's on the inside of us. They're subject to us. Why are they subject to us? Because God gave us dominion. I'll give you control over the situation. I'll give you control over demons if you'll pull them down. If you'll pull down strongholds. All right, so your child is acting this way. Leave the belt alone and start doing some spiritual warfare and casting out some stuff. I said spiritual warfare because we're pursuing God's joy. How does God get joy out of the situation? Is when we begin to do things His way. All right, we've been doing things our way and haven't gotten good results. And so now we'll alter the situation here and get into God's flow. Come on, we'll get more and more out of the situation.
Yeah, it's your boy Peter D. Yo, fire, welcome to the dirty. Show 'em how you bring it, boy. Yeah, come on.
Me the enemies who they be, even if it mean off in the streets. Philadelphia, Jackville, Tennessee. I'm riding with you, you riding with me. Let me explain why the crew is arms out. Christ bled with two of his arms out. Now you know why the crew is shining.